No, Karen, they're the ones who go down the stairs.
All right.
I'll turn the light on.
Hello, Pat.
Hi, nice to see you, Jim.
It's nice to be seen. Thank you very much.
No, so, are we on?
We are.
Okay.
Just turned it on.
We'll wait 1 second for Sandy to get here. Spread out a little. Norm's not going to be here. He's not feeling well.
Yeah, that chemotherapy is harsh.
Feels like he's got the flu, he said. Did it work? Oh, she's not there.
Peals of laughter. I said, now the peals of laughter will begin.
Okay, we'll open this meeting of December 8th, 2011. Let the record show that Selectman Boudreau is not present. We wish Norm well, hoping he'll be back next week. The time being 4:40, starting off just a little late. First on our agenda is Ken Randall talking about redistricting. So come on up, Ken. Oh, there, whatever.
Yeah, if you-
Doesn't matter.
If you can hear me from here.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Well, I'm sure you are aware of what redistricting is. It takes place every 10 years. It is required by both the state constitution and also the federal constitution. And we have just had the census of 2010, and so the state is ripe for redistricting. Now, you may say, okay, what do you know about redistricting? In other words, what do I know about redistricting? Well, basically, I was down in the legislature in 1980, and since then, we also had to redistrict because of 10 years. And Russ Chase from Wolfboro chaired the committee on redistricting. And to the best of my knowledge, the committee was composed of one member from each of the counties in the state. They made up the committee on redistricting. And one of the first ways in which we started off with that, you probably remember Dick Pucci. Pucci had well, he was in charge of the big computer at DOT, and I saw him, and we had a map made on a sheet of plywood, 4 by 8 feet, and that map was a complete breakdown of the state of New Hampshire, showing each and every single one of the districts in the state that was eligible for a representative at that point in time, and we had that posted in the front of the State House down in Concord. And also in 1980, we had handouts of the various counties and the representatives, or how many representatives there were going to be in each of the counties. It is like pulling teeth this time to get any information on redistricting that there is out there. My primary source for the redistricting has been the Laconia Sun and the Concord Monitor. I do put some faith in them. And to start the ball rolling here for just a couple of minutes, The ideal size of the 400 house districts in the state of New Hampshire, based on the United States Census, and the 2010 census says that the state of New Hampshire has 1,316,470 individuals. And you divide that by 400, and you come out with the fact that there has to be one representative for every 3,291 individuals. Now, in this district here, which is, I want to say, District 2 of Belknap County, in the 2010 census, Sanbenton had a population of 2,966. Tilton had a population of 3,567. Technically, that means then that where there's one representative for every 3,291, Tilton is eligible for its own representative per se, and should have its own representative.
Hooray.
Well, you then run into what are called littoral districts. And you might say, what in heaven's name is a littoral district? Well, technically, a littoral district, as an example, you take Tilton with a population of 3,567, which is greater than 3,291, and the difference between those is something in there that goes over to Sanbenton and allows Sanbenton-Tilton to have one district. So that in effect, if there is a littoral, it would be shot by 49 people to have a representative. But 49 people, for heaven's sakes, is just a tad more than 1% of the 3,291. So, and why haven't you heard anything about this from the representatives? Well, here's one reason that you haven't heard anything about this from the representatives. Both of them have residences in Sanbenton. Now, that means, right now, that means that they can sign up to run for this district in either Sanbenton or in Tilton. But if Tilton were to have its own representative and a littoral in Tilton-Sanbenton, then these two would have to sign up in Sanbenton. They would not have the ability to sign up in Tilton. Tilton would have the ability to have its own representative and also could have a person sign up in either Tilton or Sanbenton, because it would be both in its home district as well as in the littoral district. So, in any way you want to cut it, it still means that there is a shortage of 49 people. Because if you take and add the Sanbenton and Tilton together, and then take out twice the 3,291, you still come up with 49 short. Regardless of how you do it, you're 49 short. But again, as I say, this is technically permissible as far as littorals go.
Right.
Now we have a problem. The problem is that in 2006, there was a constitutional amendment which was passed, which did away with littorals, saying no more littorals. That's great. That's what the Constitution says. Now, between the bunch of us, there are some people in politics in Concord who, as far as they're concerned, the New Hampshire state constitution is not worth the paper on which it was written. So they are recommending that that amendment to the Constitution be completely disregarded. And in some cases, it's my understanding it is being disregarded. How and by whom? I'm not mentioning any names, but I have been told that if representatives go along with the speaker and what the speaker wants, and they do his bidding, then the districts they represent will be kept as they have been. If they don't go along with what he says, then the districts will be changed. Now, I don't agree. I never will agree. But I guess I've lived in the state of New Hampshire a little bit too long. But this is one of the problems which we are up against. I could go on and on and on. I can tell you, if you can bear with me for just a couple, 3 minutes, one of our representatives signed a pledge which goes, I in his name pledge to the taxpayers of the district of the state of New Hampshire and all the people of this state that I will oppose and vote against any and all efforts to increase taxes. Sounds fine. But also in there, those who sign it also, this pledge, voted to put the infrastructure of our state aside completely. Transportation and other things are out. Nothing to do with them. That is the pledge that one of, well, a number of people signed that pledge, and one of our representatives from Sanditon also signed that pledge. The other representative, for heaven's sakes, I don't know whether you read or heard of this or not, but there was a group that were all uptight about the president's name being on the primary ballot here in the state of New Hampshire.
Yep.
Would you believe that the other representative from our district signed the paperwork for that particular, whatever you want to call it?
They went down to the Secretary of State's office and made a scene a couple weeks ago.
Exactly. There have been laws fought over the sanctity of the ballot box.
Right.
And as far as I'm concerned, if you want to get rid of someone, you do it by voting them out at the next election.
Right.
We have much more important things for them to fight over and spend their time over than whether or not the President of the United States should be on the ballot.
Right.
Agreed.
That's
100%.
That's so old.
So,
What are they afraid of? His name's on there? People might vote him in office again? I mean, that's what's so stupid about it.
yeah. So anyway, this is what I wanted to talk to you about and bring you up to date on. I'm not sure what can be done about it. There is
Right.
one thing,
Petition to have our own representative.
Yes.
well,
Go down there and make a big noise. Fight it.
you better find a couple of representatives from the town of Tilton that are willing to get down there and do something about it.
How about you?
We need our legislative representatives. But Ken,
Hey.
if you know how to fight the fights, I know you know.
We need someone from Tilton. I'm suggesting Ken.
I'll All I need is someone to talk to my wife.
Oh, we got that covered, let's do it. Call her up, tell her to come down right now.
Because there is Chapter 662, Sub A, which is Division of State Representative Districts of Towns. There is the possibility that if, and nothing has passed yet in the House,
In committee.
but there is the possibility that we could fall under that particular chapter if we wanted to set up, which we're eligible to do, which, like the law, the papers have been saying that this year, every town or every district that meets this requirement should have their own representative.
Yep.
What does it take now for us to do that?
Petition the committee.
Yeah, under this
It's
particular,
now in committee.
under this particular chapter, it's got to be a committee thing set up, it's got to be voted in at town meeting.
Isn't one of them, one of Laconia's representatives?
What, it's 662, what was that?
662-A.
Yes. Get them into it.
We're starting early tonight.
Oh, yeah. And not only that, but our senator has also signed these pledges and against having the president's name on the ballot.
Oh, come on.
Our
That's
senator,
disheartening.
Read.
Get him in here. Join him.
Our senators?
Our senator.
Our senator.
Yes.
Based on what? Based on what? Because he's the president or because he wasn't born in the United States?
yeah, but how many times does he have to produce his birth certificate before they finally quit?
I'm not disputing that he was born
Yeah.
in the United States. I'm just asking why they signed that.
Because they're Republicans, I'll say it out
Right,
loud.
yeah.
That's it.
It's them against,
It's got nothing to do with them being Republicans.
Oh, yeah,
If
it
they're
does.
simple-minded in some respect,
You're
don't
right.
throw them into a Republican bus.
but don't you find it really
Be
sad?
simple-minded as Democrats.
Don't you find it really
No.
sad that we have become a government of Republicans fighting Democrats? It doesn't matter what the people need, it doesn't matter what the country
I
needs.
agree, it's silly.
Who wins and who
Fighting
loses.
party.
So, how does this affect us? What do we do here?
In the House down there, the
We petition.
Republicans
Okay.
and the
Then let's
Democrats
just do
got
that.
along fine. They work together, they
The issue
listen
of
to
the
their
president's name on the ballot is moot because he's going to be.
But then the people counted.
Doesn't make any
The
difference
people
who signs
counted
what,
then.
does it?
They don't count anymore. They don't really care what we as individuals want or need.
How
It's
do
a
we
battle.
How do we get to a group together?
We need, first of all, we need to write a petition to get it to the
I
committee.
made the statement, I said I...
We have to go to all the public
in the
meetings.
state of New Hampshire for 40 years before you can run for the House. And all of a sudden, there was deadly
We have to have
silence.
somebody dedicated to following it.
Yeah.
When you get someone...
Then we need a
who has
candidate.
lived in the state for 3 years and elect them to...
Who do we know that's got that kind of time
responsible
and drive and
position,
wants to do
you're
this?
in trouble.
Does he really?
Now, would you be willing to follow this with us and petition and follow the petition along with us and
I would be more than
Set-
happy to do that.
set
yeah.
forward it? Thank you.
Definitely,
You're
Okay.
awesome, Ken.
yeah.
I think I think that it's consensus of the board to go forward
Do
and,
we need a vote? I'm willing to vote him officially as our designee.
no, he's gonna, we first need to petition, so Ken's gonna help with the petition. We can't officially vote him in as our candidate.
Yeah, not
Until-
until we find out for sure whether we're not going to have our own representative or
Right.
whether...
Right, once they declare we can have our own representative, then we can seek out permission to
Yes.
put his name on the ballot.
Right.
A couple of good individuals to go down there. Good? Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree.
People, representatives get called into the speaker's office and he gives them help. And I've always said that if I were to go down there again and I got called into his office, I would take
It'd
my
be very helpful.
recorder with me.
Can't hurt.
Simply set it up and say, okay, now you're being recorded for everything you say. Doggone right. So, yeah, unless you have any more questions, I'll get out of here and let you proceed with your...
We can start writing a petition, getting a petition together, and
Yeah, my suggestion would be to at least read the statute to see
Right.
what is required.
Yes, we will.
Because, and if you...
RSA 66 what?
662A.
Simply go in and make copies of that
Yes.
particular statute.
we've got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will do that.
And go ahead, Joyce.
Catherine, did you get a chance to go in and look at any of the plans that are currently before the committee?
I looked at what I could from home, but my computer would not allow me to look at much because it's something called Java.
Yes.
There's a program that my computer doesn't have that you have to look at this stuff.
Parsons' plan does show Tilton has its own rep. Did you look at any of those?
And yet we
Oh,
don't.
I haven't.
There is...
No, these plans will be going before the committee and have...
Right.
So there are some down
There are some already down there.
that
Right.
have Tilton with its own.
We need to let them know what Tilton wants.
Right.
There's the...
We'd love to have
In the
a...
Daily Sun of the 26th of November, there is an article
I wonder if this one will...
entitled, "Laconia will keep just 4 House seats and share another with Belmont under redistricting plan." And in it, it says something
Is that the Parsons plan?
about, yeah, there's a statement in here which says, likewise with 2,966 people, Sanbornton deviates too far below the ideal of 3,291, while Tilton, with 3,567 people, deviate too far above it for either to elect its own representative. Therefore, we'll keep it the way it is.
That's totally bogus.
And whose plan?
We've got enough to elect our own.
There's like 12 different plans down there. Whose plan was that?
That, they don't say whose plan it was.
Because the,
That's in the Daily Sun.
That was from the Daily Sun.
and, I can't remember the other guy's name, they showed Tilton having its own rep and a floor.
Was that before November?
This I printed off, whenever it was that Catherine called, one day was
December 5th.
December 5th.
December 5th. Okay. May I have a copy of that plan? I would appreciate it.
I called the minority office. She said that there's a couple of them in there, and that the minority office hasn't even submitted their...
What?
And neither have the one from the House Speaker. He hasn't submitted his yet either.
What do you...
Okay.
Oops.
So,
But
That
you
doesn't
know,
sound good.
It's a shame that our representatives haven't been in to talk to you people about this. So what's going on?
We're checking it now.
We're checking into it.
Okay.
yeah, Catherine's in there, she's checking.
Very good. I will get out of here and let you continue on with your rest of your work.
We're going to take a look at that, Ken. Joyce is going to look into it, a couple of the other plans that are there. And we're going to put this on our agenda to look at it, seriously take a look at it, and go forward and petition it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to go forward. We should have our own.
Yes, we should. We definitely should. Yeah.
I agree.
Not that
I
don't-
absolutely agree, and you're going to help us with it.
Yes.
Okay, great.
For heaven's sake, yes. I
Thank
will
you.
do that.
Appreciate it.
Not that I don't like our representatives, but we should have somebody here in town if we're due one.
Thoroughly agreed. And in my humble opinion, it should be somebody that knows and understands the town of Tilton.
Right.
And has
Been here for a while.
lived here for a while.
Well, ideally, but you know how the voters are, Mr. Randall. They vote for who they want, without regard for whether they know anything about anything.
Yeah. Because there are representatives right down there right now that they don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
That are not committed.
right.
Well, they certainly don't represent me specifically.
No.
I don't think they represent a lot of us.
I don't think so.
No, I don't either.
At least we're not informed as well as what we could be informed.
Certainly.
Exactly.
And I think that's what I think we need. And at the beginning, we were, very much so.
Yep.
The first 2 years I was selectman, we had a wonderful rep that kept us informed, and every little thing that happened, you know, she was right here. Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Now we've lost her, so, all right.
She had a letter in the,
I saw that,
too, about
Right,
our
our
representative.
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 Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it. Do we need to take a little break?
No, I was just looking for that, see if I
You
can
know-
print anything off for anybody.
Of 662?
Dennis used to stand up in front of down here, jumping up and down. And I never knew whether he was advertising for the pizza place up there, the $5
Yeah.
noon lunch, or whether he was trying to say that his vote was only worth $5.
Well,
Wow.
But I haven't seen too much of him in the town of Tilton in the last couple of months.
No, I haven't either. I wondered if, he'd been ill or something, because he hasn't been around.
Isn't he still doing the office hours downstairs on a regular basis?
Not in a while.
No.
Well, I hope he's all right.
When the legislature's in session, he usually does. Lately, they've just been doing the, like veto overrides and things like that.
Yeah, but you know, I have his complete voting record on everything down there. And as far as his constituents are concerned, it's not good. Okay, thank you for listening to me.
thank you.
Well,
I
thank you
appreciate
for coming in.
forward. Appreciate your time.
Yes.
Thanks, Fred.
Well, thank you. And
10,
remember me too, Dad.
Oh, I will. I'll be talking to him tomorrow.
Okay. I'll tell my wife.
Tell her she'll be the next phone call.
Okay.
We have 10:12 and 10:20.
Well, maybe she just, typo. Because I was gonna say I was reading it before, I didn't even take notice.
Now, there's only one plan for Belknap County. There's a bunch of plans in here. Oh, wait a minute. Now, here's one.
We need one of those pads, don't we?
I know.
We could be doing this right over here.
We could, if we had one of those iPads, we could do it right here and just pass it right down. Quick as you could be.
Somebody can do it a lot faster than Here's another one. This one's from my buddy,
Who?
Val.
Load them up with chocolate.
Yeah, but the brakes up here. Your brakes are on. There you go. All right, now you're good.
wife?
I knew this was gonna be a bad day.
Oh, good.
I just knew.
Thank you.
Yeah, buddy.
Knew it.
Oh, he away. Oh, good. Thank God. Thank God.
You know, he's not doing us any favors.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Mark.
Yeah, Tim thanks you too.
Okay, so we got to put a warrant article on, huh?
So what are we going to do, the minutes next?
Yep.
All right. I'll make a motion to bring the minutes of October 12th onto the floor for discussion and approval.
Yep. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Say yes, so it's a...
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I read these.
Right, that's where we're at.
Yeah, I read these.
I did. What was the date that you moved?
October 12th.
The 12th.
There wasn't much there, but
I knew there was a T.
I'm sorry.
You read across something funny?
Walk away. All right. Bye. Oh, that poor guy. Joe, what were you saying about computers? I have to tell you, I'm not a real fan.
You have to be smarter than the machine, Catherine.
Oh, nuts.
Smarter than the equipment. That's what my brother always says.
Wasn't it the Winnipesaukee River Trail people that asked to hang the signs, not the fire department? I don't remember the fire department asking us to post them, but I... Don't start. Don't start.
No, we have not been drinking.
I just thought it was the Winnipesaukee River Trail Association that asked us to post it.
Post the signs on the bridge.
Yes.
Yes.
This is the fire department asked us to post the banners. I didn't recall that. I thought it was...
Right, it is the Winnipesaukee.
Okay, so we should just change that. So-
Oh, no.
What?
This is for their run.
Oh,
This is the 5K. Right.
okay, all right, so it
That's
should
the-
stay the same.
Yes, that's
All
the
right.
run.
I was thinking it was for the other. All right.
Tonight's
And
meeting
you
will be
must stop
shortened as
that.
the
You're gonna have
selectmen
us all
will be
going.
attending the Taste of the Trails tomorrow.
Go give him another chocolate. Bless you, Joe.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think if you look at the page 3, Chair Constantino discussed not having a selectmen's meeting on Thursday, October 27th, as 2 of the selectmen will be out at that time and would like to propose not meeting at that time. At that time is not necessary.
Right. Would like to propose not meeting. Okay. I'm not sure now on this back page. The very back page, it just says, is that all there was? It doesn't say we adjourned or anything, so.
I don't have a copy of October 12th. Is that?
Right, it says at 5:30 made a motion to enter into non-public, and then we came out of non-public. It doesn't say, it just says resume their regular session.
She had something about the need for taking minutes for that one? This is October 12th, so I can see this. Did you, was that one that you?
I think I did, yes. I'll check.
So,
I've got to bring those in. I've forgotten, left them on my computer table, but I will bring those in the morning and get them situated with you, okay?
okay, and then,
But
yeah,
this
she didn't,
doesn't,
yeah,
right.
yeah, because she didn't have any of that, she didn't know what. time it
Oh,
was.
okay. Is that what it was? All
Yeah.
right.
All right, so we need the time that we
Yes.
resume the regular session,
Right.
and then we need to know who made the motion to adjourn and seal the minutes.
All right, so I'll put,
And that would be on,
we'll check.
right, so we'll table this till next week?
Those, the October 12th, that was ones we've already approved and are downstairs put away.
Oh,
Hang
on
on,
our
let me-
agenda.
Huh?
No, according to Catherine, these are on our agenda to approve tonight.
No, I meant the non-public.
Oh, the non-public.
We'd already done. Hang on a second. I think I may have a copy.
Just me. I'm sure you guys, I've been reading, but page 4 is looking really bleak.
That's what we just said, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I heard something about that.
There's a lot of information there, some of it's, but I just printed out some. Wow. That was a Wednesday afternoon.
The 12th, yes.
Okay, that shows us going into the non-public.
And then apparently eventually we resumed our regular session and that was it.
And then adjourn.
Yeah.
This is the
Okay, thank you.
Now, did that tell when we came out of non-public?
No.
Oh, it didn't. Okay, so I'm going to say that,
on October 12th.
I wrote those.
Now, you had a budget meeting that night, you met at 4:30?
yes. And we left here at 7. Right, I was thinking on my, I've got 5:45 for the end of the non-public, and then we went back into public and we adjourned because we had the meeting.
Okay. So, the last page, we put 5:45.
Yep.
The board
Reconvene the public session?
Yep,
reconvene their regular session.
but we also have to show now that we voted to seal those minutes, because that's in my notes too.
All right, so we really should table it
Yeah.
next week, okay?
Okay.
So we'll table the October 12th minutes to next week, right?
No, you can,
We'll incorporate the times on the non-public ones that
right.
we've done. The minutes of October 20th?
Move the minutes of October 20th to the 4th for the second.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Fourth paragraph, Chair and Constantino called the meeting order at 4:33. There should be a T in there, I think. First page, October 20th.
On
Mayor
the,
Constantino
call the meeting to order. It's just an O.
Yeah.
No,
No,
close it,
he
that's
left it
good.
open. Mark left it open.
On page 2, under the town administrator 4 hours agenda items, it should be Jeff Hiltz, not Holtz. I don't see anything else glaring out at.
No.
Any other concerns, questions, or corrections to the minutes of October 20th?
Make a motion, we approve the minutes of October 20th as corrected.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Okay, Joyce, you're up. I know she's going to bring these up.
These right here in case you want.
So, just write things down.
Okay.
First thing is, I had received a right-to-know request.
You received it in writing or just a request?
An email, a right-to-know
okay.
request. And I pulled together the information,
I mean, did they cite 91A or did they just ask for information?
Freedom of Information Act.
They actually cited 91A.
No, not 91A, the Freedom.
Freedom of Information, but I mean, they
OIA
cited
request.
an RSA, they didn't just say, I need this information.
No, not-
They felt necessary to say,
They did.
you've got to give me this. Wow.
Who was it? Who asked for it?
I don't know, I haven't seen it yet. It's coming. We'll know soon.
Yeah. Seems like we're pretty straightforward.
It is.
Ask for information, they would get it.
I'm always surprised
During
that
the
people
MRI
just
study.
don't call up and,
Hey, can I have?
yeah.
Any
Is,
cost estimates, any emails or any correspondence between the town and Brian Duggan of MRI? or other MRI staff relative to site visits which MRI staff were in Tilton undertaking.
Really? Mm-hmm. The MRI study?
Fire department study.
Yep, I hereby request under
That's the one we
the
had done.
auspices of the Freedom of Information Act, Title V of the United States Code, Section 552, the following information within the time constraints of the Act. I am willing to pay all reasonable costs for the search time and copy duplication. The text can be either emailed to me or mailed to me at such and such.
Wow, I'm absolutely amazed. Holy crap, Joyce.
Well, the bulk of it is on the town's website, all the reports and what have you, but I did go through all my emails and printed them out. So this is,
Here's the original message.
Right, next page. Right on the bottom of the first page and to the top of the second page. Right there.
Oh.
We didn't commission him for the possibility of a new fire station. That wasn't the purpose of the study.
What was the purpose of the study?
Our needs.
Police station. Oh, the needs.
The
Yeah.
needs, Tilton's needs within the fire district, because
Correct.
shortly after Winnisquam was
Right.
closed. So does that mean that we've, hired new 24-hour staff? What were our needs?
right,
Or
in that, I
equipment?
included a copy of our RFP to MRI and our contract with MRI.
Isn't that interesting? So what,
And I clicked on that website.
what is the charge so far? How many pages of documents do you have?
And I had it in the email, 72 plus my time.
72?
Oh, here we are. 79 pages.
And then there's some additional pages.
So you're only charging him for the copy.
$1 copy.
Yeah, the whole page. And I think I spent, an hour?
Plus your time, right? Almost $100 worth.
Yep. Right now, there's 9, 10, 11, 17, 91, and just the copies.
So I was going to email him to acknowledge that we received this request, this is the material I have, and if he would like, as he said, he'd pay for copies and time, tell him how much it would be, and then he sends the money off in a minute. I'd just like to add that the last two right-to-know reports that we had, where we went through all the time and energy to pull the data, plus made CDs of the data, they never picked up the material. This information is available here at the town hall if the individual wants to come in and look at it.
Great.
It's from Northampton, Mass. So
It's a long way to come.
it's interesting that somebody from Mass would
Like to
request that
receive their
information.
payment before we mail it.
It's probably something to do with the agency itself that they're questioning their services
Interesting.
in another realm other than...
MRI specifically?
Right.
Is that, yeah?
Yeah. That would be my take on it, but...
It was a very informative study.
So I'll go ahead and, did you look through the material? I didn't, it's all,
I skimmed through it. I think that the
Yes.
others should skim through it. I think
Yeah.
everybody should take a...
I think it's more than he's asked for, and that's good. I think it's great.
I mean, all my.
You certainly
emails
complied with his request.
Just concerned schedule.
Yep, you certainly complied with his request.
Okay, your meeting on December 13th with the Northfield Selectmen, they can keep their schedule open for you as long as it's no later than 8 o'clock. You think you can get over there by before 8 or close to 8.
Is that the Thursday night
No,
meeting?
I would say not.
It's a Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
I
She's
saw
got,
an email that said that Thursday was available for us to
Yeah.
meet with them.
Well, it originally,
Oh, wait a minute, that's planning board night.
yeah.
right, we can go on the, they said that they would try to make it for our meeting, but that would be after the night that we have for our budget to the budget committee.
Right, in his email, he said it would be very difficult for Jeff to come to your meeting because he doesn't even get back into town until after 6, for them to come over here on Thursday. So,
Oh, they could come at 8
Right.
or 9.
But we would
10
have,
o'clock even
We would,
isn't.
we would stop what we're doing to entertain them if
Yeah.
they could. But the problem is, the issue is that if we wanted to talk about the island and the budget, we're going before the budget on Wednesday, the 14th.
Right.
We wanted to get it done before the 14th.
oh, why don't you can do it. I mean, I cannot get over there before 8 o'clock. We have a full,
I want to be here when John
Five.
Bernard comes on
So
the
do
planning
I.
board.
well, he's first, I believe he's the first and the
Second.
third.
He's the second and the third. U-Haul's the first.
Oh, okay. I can't. Okay, so he's got the second and third, and then you could go over, but I don't know that I can go over because we've got, after he's done, then we have, yeah, Dollar General is starting.
Oh, across the street from
Yeah,
the other one. I like that.
yeah.
They said we had to be there before 8.
right, their meetings run pretty much from 7 to 9. So they would,
They probably schedule their non-publics between 8 and 9.
Isn't it nice to have meetings from 7 to 9?
2 hours. Well, we could give them exit 20 for a while. Everything that goes with it.
Hey, if we could do that, let them know that we have a very, very important issue that's coming before the planning board on Tuesday evening that the selectmen are attending, and as soon as that is finished, they are second and third on the agenda, which would probably mean about 7:30 we should get out.
I would think so.
U-Haul, what is U-Haul coming in for?
They want to, you know where Mountain Tops is? Almost across from the high school, that place where